Hello and welcome to this reading. Today's reading is going to be a collective message, so please use your intuition. If you feel this message is for you, then please do stay, and if it's not, then possibly there's a different reading that is for you. I've got a bunch of different cards out here today, and we're going to ask what you need to know right now, what is important for you to know. So I'm going to start first by getting one of these cards for the overall energy. What is the overall energy of my viewer? What do they need to know? What is the overall energy of my viewer today? Okay, we have, wow, okay, sure. We have this card that came out for you. With this card, I'm getting really a lot of elements of magic. There is a fairy on this card, so it's immediately making me think of there's a lot of magic around right now. I'm also seeing this giant. So we have a fairy and we have a giant. And the fairy is kind of telling the giant what's up. So I think that, and this giant has the fairy like in between his two fingers. So I think possibly there is a situation in your life happening right now where someone thinks they have control over the situation, but in fact you, being the little fairy, you are a really, really powerful and magical being, but you are going to show this person that you are. You're going to work your magic on this person, and you are going to be like putty, or they're going to be like putty in your hands, basically. So it's almost like this situation is going to completely switch, where even though this person is really big and powerful and seems like they are in a lot of control, and you are quite small and tiny, and maybe it appears to be that you are not as powerful as them, but in fact, your being, your soul, what you have inside you, that strength, is going to completely change the situation around. So you're going to be reversing roles. So I'm getting definitely this element of digging into that inner strength and that inner power, and using the magic that's within you, that magic that is within you, that is all around you, and working that magic out into the world and really shifting the way things are, shifting things into a new state of being. So that is the message I'm getting from that card. Let's get a little bit more about that. So I'm going to get one of these cards. We have a dog barking right now, so there might be a lot of animals in your life. You might have a dog. If you have a dog that is barking during this reading, then possibly that is a confirmation that this reading is for you. What else do we need to know from this card? What else is my viewer needing to know? Ooh, okay, interesting. We have the card of intention here. Intention. And that is the Jaguar there. So this definitely rings in true with this first card that came out, because we spoke about how you are going to be using and utilizing that magic within you to really change a situation for the better, to find the power and to be able to utilize that power yourself, but obviously in a good way. And the Jaguar here coming out with intention is telling me that the Jaguar is an animal that is really, really powerful. They are able to set their eyes on prey and just go for what they want. So I see that as you being someone who has that power to really, really tap into whenever you want, and setting the intention of utilizing that power for good, utilizing that power to change your situation for the better, utilizing that power to show those around you that love and light and good and hope and joy are the way to go forward in this life, in order to almost like I get right now this vision of almost a Jaguar going for a rabbit, but instead of eating the rabbit, the Jaguar is able to show the rabbit that it has the potential to be kind, to be loving, to not take the instinctive step, which would be obviously in that case to eat the rabbit, because Jaguars they like meat, right? So I'm getting the situation of, like, with the right intentions, like if that Jaguar had the intention to become friends with the rabbit, for example, then that whole situation would completely switch around. It would become a whole reverse situation. The rabbit and the Jaguar might become the best of friends. So this is just an example, but I think with the right intentions, setting the right intentions and using all of your strengths to their best advantage, you are a very, very powerful being in that regard. And I think that you have that intention to use those powers and that magic in a really, really good way. And I think that's what we need in this world, is when people have really good intentions and spread that out across the world and into the world and to other people, it becomes like a ripple effect. So I think that I'm seeing that here with these two cards. And I do get from both of these cards a lot of root chakra from this, and a lot of the sacral chakra from this card. So a lot of using your balanced energy, and also using the way that your passionate energy, so the way that you feel and take action in life. Those are going to be some of your superpowers, in a sense, in this world, and things that you can really utilize in a really good way. So taking actions from an emotion that is balanced and loving and kind is always going to be a really, really positive effect in the world. I'm going to get one of my own cards now. These are just like a little simple deck that I made, and we'll see what comes out with this. So what else does my viewer need to know? What else does my viewer need to know? Okay, so we have... Alright, so we have the card Relaxed, we have the card Understanding, and we have the card Kind. Okay, so this is perfect, because these are all qualities that you have within you. You are a very kind person, and you take actions from a place of love. You are very understanding and empathizing to others. So I see that that's kind of, I think, why I got that vision of the Jaguar kind of becoming friends with the rabbit, is that you have a way of really empathizing and understanding other people, and that is something that is a really, really awesome quality to have, because being able to empathize with others and how they feel, it brings across it can bring across really loving relationships, loving friendships. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to be able to understand how others feel and take actions through that understanding that will help others in their lives as well. And I think we got the message also of being very balanced. And with this relaxed card coming out, I'm getting that every action you take is always from a place of balance. And I think the advice here would be to always try to maintain that balance as much as you can in every action that you take in this world. We also, on this card of relaxed, there is a drawing of water, and it's very, very flowing. So I get the sense of you always kind of being able to go with the flow and just take actions according to what feels right in the moment, and not trying to like force anything, just really going with the flow. And that will help kind of keep that very balanced way of going about life. I also, on this card of kind, we have a bunch of these blooming flowers here, and I see that any action that you take in the world that is loving and kind and that is with really good intentions is going to help others to grow, to help others to become the best version of themselves. These flowers are all beautifully blooming and bright and standing upright, and I think you are someone that is able to have that effect on others, to help them grow and become the best versions of themselves. So that is a beautiful, beautiful quality. Like this little fairy here is able to change this giant and kind of work her magic on him. I think that is that magic power that you really do have, and that you're able to utilize in a really amazing way in this world. Okay, let's get one of these cards now. What advice is there for my viewer? What advice is there for my viewer? Advice for my viewer. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my gosh. This is always, I always am quite taken aback whenever this card comes out, just because, you know. So you got Master Jesus here, and this comes with the word of forgiveness. And the message on this card says, you are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. So I see this card coming out really beautifully in connection with the cards that have already come out. It's saying that you are following that path of light. You're choosing light and love and forgiveness, forgiving others' actions even when you don't understand them, or when you don't understand why they've acted the way that they have. You're choosing to look at the situations with love and light, and that is a really beautiful quality. It's actually making me tear up a bit reading this energy right now. And yeah, that's a beautiful thing to be in this world, and to choose that path. So and with this card coming out, I think it's just also a reminder that you have a lot of support around you from heaven and the angels and your ancestors and your spirit guides, and you're always being supported on this path. And just keep walking this path of light and love and forgiveness, and choosing to always act in in a way that is loving and kind to those in the world, because that is going to help change a lot of people, and we need more of that in the world for sure. There's a lot of people that are lost on their path, and they need someone like you to help guide them. So keep doing your beautiful work because it's, I'm sorry, I'm just really, that was very, very emotional. Okay, I'm going to get a tarot card now, see what else will come out for you. What other messages are there for my viewer? What else does my viewer need to know right now? What will help guide my viewer? What does my viewer need to know? Okay. Oh wow. Okay. This is great. We've got 2 cards that came out here. So underneath we have the 5 of Swords. And then on top of that we have the Empress. We have the beautiful Empress that came out on top. So the cards came out like this. So with the 5 of Swords coming out, I see that I think you in your own path have been through a lot. You've been through a lot, and it's been hard. It's been a hard journey, but you've gotten to a point now where you are that person at the back. You're no longer this person. You're that person at the back, and that person at the back has their hands up, and they are in touch with this beautiful light that is coming down here. This light is coming down, and they are open to it. So with their hands up, they're open to the light, and they're choosing to look at the world through the eyes of light and love and forgiveness, as that came out. They're setting the intention that they want to make the world a better place, that they want to live their best life and help others live their best life too. So I see you as being that person. You're moved out of this energy, and you have chosen that path of light and love. And with all the green on this card, I get the heart chakra very strongly coming out here, and that means that it's telling me that in order to do that, you had to really get in touch with your emotions. You had to really open your heart to the idea of love and to the idea of hope and forgiveness, and that these are all very possible things and very powerful things in this world to create change and to create change in others. So I think that you really had your heart chakra really opened in order for this to happen for you, in order for you to move out of this energy. And there's a lot of crows on this card, so I think maybe it could be if you're seeing a lot of crows in your life, and I'm actually looking right now as well out my window at a pigeon that's sitting on top of this light post, ironically. So pigeon on top of the light post. So just another connection to birds and light, and that's what we're seeing on this card, is birds and light. And I'm getting that idea that birds might be a really, really, really big indicator for you of you being on the right path. So when you're seeing a lot of birds, just know that it's a confirmation that you are on the right path. And crows and pigeons might be some symbols that you see throughout. And then we had the Empress, because this is the energy that you are in right now, is you are the beautiful, beautiful Empress who sits in her power and is so loving and nurturing to everybody in the world, to all the people of this world. And we also have here on this card a moon, so you might be quite connected to the moon as well. The phases of the moon, you might notice yourself going through different emotions and changes as the moon is changing, and that's completely normal because the moon has a huge effect on our emotions and on the water in this world, and we are made of a lot of water to ourselves, so we are very much affected by the moon. So that might be a sign for you if you find yourself going through like kind of a roller coaster of emotions every now and then. Just remember, it might just be the moon is playing a bit of a part in that, so don't take it to heart. Just go with the flow, keep your relaxed self, and everything will be okay. It'll pass over. So yeah, so I really see here, and oh, if I'm looking really close at this card as well, you see here, this is like the ocean, and there's tons of little fish here, and there's lots of ocean on this world as well. So you might have a very big connection to the ocean. You might be having like feelings lately of wanting to go to visit the ocean, wanting to be in the ocean, wanting to swim. Maybe you're seeing fish everywhere, or beaches. So there's definitely some connection here that I'm sensing to the ocean. So yeah, just keep being your Empress self, because this is a beautiful, beautiful card to come out for you. I really, really, really love that. She's so peaceful and calm and kind, and these are all qualities that exist in you, whether you are male or female or anyone. These are all beautiful qualities that you have. Okay, then let's get I kind of want to get a crystal for you to see, maybe there's a crystal that will kind of just help you, that you can keep close, that will help you on this journey. What crystal would be good for my viewer? 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 Ooh, okay, wow. That came out so quickly. This crystal is the apophyllite crystal. I've never heard of this crystal before, but it is all to do with, it's a beautiful, beautiful crystal. That's how it looks, apophyllite. And it's all to do with meditation. So the message of advice that comes with this crystal of apophyllite, and maybe it's something that will help you. It almost looks a little bit to me like a clear quartz kind of crystal, but it does have a bit of yellowing at the bottom here, so that makes it quite different. But this crystal is all about meditation. So this card is saying that taking time to meditate, taking time to sit in silence and really get in tune with yourself is going to be really beneficial for you on this path. It's going to really help you to stay relaxed and stay very calm, and be able to tune into your own emotions, and then be able to use that balanced energy in order to help others find their path in life. So yeah, so apophyllite and meditation are some of the advice that's coming with this card. Okay, then let's see. I want to get maybe a moonology card, because we had the moon coming out as being quite impactful. So let's see what card wants to come out here. What advice is there for my pile? What advice is there for my viewer? Sorry, my viewer today. Ooh, okay. Let's take that one, and we'll take another one too. Advice for my viewer. Advice. Okay, and then we had a few coming out there. Alright, so the first one was, okay, this is, yeah. So we have here the full moon in Leo, which says, don't let pride get in your way. So I think with this card coming out, it's saying that setting aside, yeah, okay, when it comes to helping others, and to putting the best version of ourselves out into the world, it does require us to let go of anything that our ego is kind of putting forward. So, for example, the jaguar, you would kind of imagine that the jaguar is an animal that probably does have a pretty big ego, and the lion, because these are two animals that are sort of very high up in the food chain. They're able to put their power over a lot of other animals, because that's just naturally how they were created. But with that little story coming out in the beginning where the jaguar became friends with the rabbit instead of eating the rabbit, I'm kind of seeing that coming out with this message is putting aside any pride, because pride is something that kind of comes from our ego. It's something that puts up a barrier between us and others, but it's an unnecessary barrier. It's something that creates a stop, where there shouldn't be a stop, kind of thing. So I'm getting that idea of just really letting go of the need to be right, letting go of anything with the ego, any kind of actions that you feel like, these are usually actions though that kind of make you feel not so great anyway. So anything to do with the ego usually does make you feel not super great, and it's whenever you come back to that like I or me, that's when that's what you need to kind of disregard and put aside. Let that go, let that pride go, because to be able to help others and to be the best version of yourself, it's going to require taking actions from a place of love, from your intuition, from what feels good, and from what will help others feel good as well. So taking actions from the place of love and letting go of pride, letting go of your ego. And everybody has an ego. It's in all of us to have an ego, but it's a matter of us realizing the times when we are acting from our intuition and when we are acting from our ego. And we are able to, the more that you practice it, the more you'll start to recognize those times and be able to shift your perspective, shift that perspective, and take actions with the intention of making the world a better place for everybody, So I think that is just like a little message coming out with that card there, is just don't let pride get in the way, don't let fears get in the way, don't let doubt get in the way, because you have so much love and light in you that those are the qualities that are going to bring out the best in you and the best in others. Then we have, so we have 3 other cards that came out. So we do have, at the bottom, we have the supermoon that says emotions are running high. So it might right now be a time in your life when there are some sort of heavier emotions that you are going through. It does say here in the next card that came out, adjustments are required. So I think it's just a matter of realizing that you are having that you are taking actions right now from a really emotional place. If this rings true for you, of course, use your intuition. This message is for a lot of different people, so it's it could resonate with some people and it could not resonate with others. So just take what resonates with you. So if you are finding that you are having a lot of sort of emotional times right now, and emotions are running high and there's lots of that going on, with the card adjustments are required, it just means that it's a matter of you, whenever you find yourself in this emotional state, it's a matter of you taking that intention to shift your perspective, shift your way at looking at whatever the situation is that is causing these emotions to run high. And coming out straight after that and on top of those cards was this card, which says a new romantic cycle begins. So that's a really positive card, because that could be an actual within an actual relationship. The story could be playing out right now where emotions are running high, changes are needed, a shift in perspective is needed, but having that shift in perspective is really going to bring in a new phase of this relationship. And this could also just be your relationship with yourself and how you feel about yourself in the world, and shifting that perspective. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. It can also be your relationship with yourself and how you feel about yourself in this world. And we have new moon in Libra, and Libra is the scales, it is justice, it is all about balance. So I see a lot of balance coming in with these shifts and changes that I think you are very much on the cusp of making and that are coming into your life in order to bring about this new phase of balance, which is going to help you spread more of this light and love and kindness in the world, to be your full Empress self every day, not just some days, but every day, because that's what we want, right? Is to live life as the Empress, because the Empress is really just such a beautiful soul, and I really see that as you, and that you have that capacity to live that life every day as the Empress. Alright, then let us get some, I'm going to get one of these cards over here. I haven't used these cards in a little while. What advice is there for my pile? Keep calling you my pile. Sorry about that. What advice is there for my viewer today? What advice is there for my viewer? What does my viewer need to know that will help guide them? Okay. Ooh, yeah, this is really beautiful. So we have the Shaolin Master coming out, and the message with the Shaolin Master is be graceful in movement and action. And we have the praying mantis here. So the praying mantis is an animal that, and the kind of energy that the Shaolin Master taps into is that of the praying mantis. So the praying mantis is an animal that it can sit and wait in one spot for as long as it needs, until the exact right moment to take action. So it doesn't rush things, it doesn't stress about things. It literally knows that what is meant for it is going to come to it. So the praying mantis sits and waits until the exact right condition, and that is like what the universe is bringing to the praying mantis, and it will also bring to you if you are able to always just be patient, take actions that feel completely right by using your intuition, staying relaxed and calm in your actions, and also knowing that you have that understanding, that connection with the universe, the connection with your angels and spirit guides and all the heavens and earth and everything around us. You have that connection, and just tap into that understanding, into knowing that everything is going to work out how it's meant to work out, and what is meant for you will come just naturally to you. You don't need to force anything. You just need to be really graceful in your movement and action. Now, that doesn't mean not taking any actions at all, because I think sometimes when we get these messages of surrender, I think that a lot of people can maybe think that that means doing absolutely nothing. In some respects, it does mean resting. It means meditating. It means time in silence. It means allowing things to happen. It means letting go of control. But it does also mean taking just small actions, small steps forward that feel right. So only taking actions that really feel right, and that will help you get into that natural flow with the universe, is to really take those intuitive steps forward. And to get to be in that state of taking those steps, it's going to require a lot of meditation, and it's going to require a lot of quiet time and a lot of letting go of the ego letting things just happen how they're supposed to happen. There's beautiful, beautiful energy here that is coming into your life, and that is already in your life. And you are that fairy, that little magical fairy that has so much power within for change and opportunity. And yeah, so I think just the Shaolin Master is coming out to say, take actions that are meant to be with you following your intuition, what feels right. Okay, then let us I'll get maybe one more tarot card or another message. What does my pile sorry, what does my viewer need to know? What does my viewer need to know? Okay. Oh, this is awesome. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's beautiful. We have here the Nine of Pentacles coming out. And the Nine of Pentacles is all about being completely balanced, being completely stable and comfortable in your life. And we have another bird coming out here on this card. So I really do see that connection to birds. And the Nine of Pentacles is a card of abundance. It's a card of having everything that you need and knowing that you have everything that you need at this moment in time. So I think also taking that time to be really, those opportunities to be really grateful for what you do already have in your life, because it sounds to me from these cards that there is so much amazing energy within you that is already present. So I think, yeah, just reflecting on everything you have right now, all of the beauty in the world, in your world right now, I think that can really help you stay in this like abundant energy of the Nine of Pentacles. And the bird on this card is an eagle, so it's a type of eagle or raven or hawk, I think. And these birds are birds that fly super high. They have razor sharp eyes and they see everything from a higher perspective. So I think with this card coming out, it's encouraging you to also look at your life and all of the situations in your life from a higher perspective. So all of the things that have happened along your journey already and all of the things that will happen, look at them from a higher perspective. Look at the whole picture instead of focusing just on the tiny little details. And that will just also help you stay in that energy of hope, because if we zone in too much on single details in our life, sometimes that can make us want to control the situation too much. But when you look at things from a higher perspective, it helps you just let go of some of that control. Let go of some of the control, because you'll see that everything is kind of working in union in your life, even though it might not seem it from the perspective that you're looking at things now. But we did get a lot of messages here about shifting perspective. So I think with that shifting of perspective, it means really looking at your life from a higher perspective. And yeah, I think that will help you in some sense. So I'm going to get one more of these cards just to round off the messages that have come out today. Just, I think, a really beautiful reading, really encouraging for you, hopefully, on your path. What is one last message that my viewer needs to know? What is one last message my viewer needs to know? Ooh, okay. Alright, this is really cool. We have these puzzle pieces and all of these animals coming out. So you might really have a big connection to the animal world. We saw that with the birds, and we also saw that with the Empress coming out. The Empress is someone who is really nurturing and loving and really in touch with Mother Earth and nature. So I'm really getting that connection for you here. You might also be someone who has a connection to farms and farming, because I'm seeing with all these animals here, it's kind of reminding me of farm animals with the rooster and the cat and the dog. I'm also getting a message of music here, so you might find music to be really healing for you right now, listening to different types of music, and maybe also listening to music that has really high frequencies might be really cleansing and stabilizing to your energy right now. We have a violin on here, we have a trumpet, and we have a conductor. So with the conductor coming out, I'm getting from that message is that you are the conductor in your life. So you do have a big role in how your story plays out, in how you choose to put yourself out there in the world, and the intentions that you take your actions with. You have a big role in that. And I think that with the conductor is someone who always moves in time with the music. So I think that you are in tune with the rhythm of your life right now, and that is a really beautiful message. Yeah. And with the puzzle pieces, I get the sense that all of the puzzle pieces are falling into place for you. All the little parts along your story have a very important part in the whole story that is playing out for you. And that's, once again, just with that higher perspective. So when you look at the puzzle, when it's finished, when you stand up and look at a puzzle that has been finished, you see it from a higher perspective, and you can see how all the little pieces fit together. So I think, yeah, that's kind of what message I'm getting from these puzzle pieces here. And yeah, and then I think just to end off, we're going to get some letters, see if there is any words or numbers that want to come out for you that might be meaningful in some way. So I've got that, and I'll just get a little bit more. Okay, so let's see. We have an E, we have a W, we have a D. So these might be some confirmation for you. An O, we have a P, we have a Q, we have a G, an I, a P, we've got an A, we have a letter I again, a Z, or Z, I don't know which way that goes, Z, an N, and we have the number 11. I love that coming out for you. 11 is such a beautiful number of, I always think of 1111 and that connection to your angels and the universe, and it's a very spiritual number. So I think that's a beautiful sign coming out for you. You might also be seeing that number a lot. You might see a lot of 11s, 1111, maybe on a clock or a timer. You might be seeing this number a lot in your life. So this could also be confirmation to you. So with the letters coming out, I have a couple of words that I can already see here. I do see the word end coming out. So with end, I get the idea that the end of one phase in your life is happening and a new phase is beginning. So that's sort of what I get with that. We also have this, oh, this is beautiful. We have the word win coming out. So win and end. So we had end and now win. And I get this as being beautiful confirmation to you that you are going to be winning at this next phase of your life. It is going to be beautifully blessed, and I think always stepping into that power of love and light and forgiveness and taking all your actions from that place is going to be really, really rewarding for you. So yeah, that's a beautiful message there. Yeah, I'm not too sure of other words. We have, yeah, some of the other words might just be confirmation of maybe an initial in your name or in the name of someone you know. And yeah. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me here today for this reading. I really hope that it was helpful and guiding to you on your journey, and I wish you all the best and lots of love and light and hope and joy, because this is a beautiful chapter in your life, and I think you're really stepping into that role with the best intentions. So thanks so much for joining me here, and I'll see you again soon.